Good afternoon. Welcome to Bingham Group's Big Three, top headlines for Austinites and those interested in our city every Monday and Friday. Our Big Three stories for today: Austin ranks as number 2 in the United States for labor market as thousands of hospitality jobs come back online. A plan to house 3,000 homeless individuals in Austin in the next 3 years would cost $515 million. And downtown leaders map out pandemic recovery amid construction boom. This is the Big Three. We start here today. The Austin Metro continued to show signs of market recovery in March, a full year after the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, with thousands of added jobs in hospitality and leisure. The Metro gained 14,700 jobs last month, and the unemployment rate dipped to a non-seasonally adjusted 5.3%. from 5.6% in February. This is according to data from the Texas Workforce Commission. Nearly 6,000 jobs were added in the hospitality and leisure sector, the hardest hit corner of the Austin economy. And 86% of the total jobs lost during March and April last year have been regained. This is according to an April 20th analysis by the Greater Austin Chamber of Commerce. Last month's labor market activity ranks Austin at number 2 among the top performing U.S. metros, with Central Texas recording 14,700 fewer jobs, or a decline of 1.3% year over year in March, according to the Chamber analysis. Austin only trailed Salt Lake City, which had 1,700 fewer jobs, or a 0.2% drop compared to the year prior. Central Texas has been holding steady at number 3 over the last few months. Another key factor in the hospitality industry's resurgence is the influx of activity expected at the Austin-Bergstrom International Airport in the coming months. Several airlines have pledged major investments at the airport, including American Airlines moved to add 11 nonstop flights over the next few months, including destinations such as Nassau, Bahamas. A wave of relocations to Central Texas, which includes many tech companies, have grown during the pandemic. Austin Business Journal has recorded 20 headquarters relocation announcements since the start of the year, several originally hailing from Silicon Valley. Well, the Austin City Council members on April 20th shared their support for a newly developed city plan to house upwards of 3,000 unsheltered homeless individuals over the next 3 years, alongside questions about the level of funding and community-wide engagement that could be required to successfully facilitate the initiative. Homeless Strategy Officer Diana Gray shared an overview of the proposal and its banner goal of rehousing 3,000 people April 20th, following a week-long summit to address unsheltered homelessness in the city, which she said featured participation from government, private, nonprofit, and community representatives. The housing initiative, which Gray said would gradually be implemented through mid-2024, in addition to the city's present rehousing pace of an estimated 1,800 people per year, is aimed at targeted outreach and rehousing efforts at encampments of people experiencing homelessness. Based on the strategy outline introduced during the city's recent homelessness summit, Gray said the total cost of the plan is now estimated at around $515 million. Around $222 million is accounted for through committed and anticipated funding, Gray said, with the need for an additional $293 million from both public and private sources still needed to fill the program's gaps. Well, our last story today, downtown Austin leaders painted a mixed but promising picture of the city's core on Wednesday, with large-scale construction projects accelerating and helping the area shake off the slowdown of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Downtown Austin Alliance presented its annual State of Downtown report, as well as its post-pandemic roadmap to recovery, as a virtual press event. Janelle Moffitt, the director of research and analysis for the Downtown Austin Alliance, said in a quote, "Momentum in downtown Austin has been building for a very long time, and while 2020 may have caused a pause, data suggests the new office space will be absorbed quickly." The Downtown Austin Alliance's recovery plan is centered around 4 priorities: assisting the local homeless population, activating more parks and public spaces, creating support programs for small businesses and live music, and increasing marketing efforts for the downtown area as a whole. DAA's president and CEO said in a prepared statement, quote, "Our focus since March 2020 has been how to ensure downtown can recover and become more resilient to economic threats." He went on to say the roadmap lays out a vision that will do exactly that. The Downtown Austin Alliance will partner with Waterloo Greenway, Shoal Creek Conservancy, and other groups to improve and activate public spaces downtown. Plans call for collaboration with owners of vacant properties for use as live music venues or other creative purposes to draw foot traffic. Well, that wraps it up for the Big Three here today on this Friday. But before you go, make sure you check out the BG Podcast episode 139. It's a Q1 2021 review about COVID-19's impact on the built environment with Michael Shu. You can listen to prior recordings at www.bgmediagp.com/BG Podcast. There's new episodes every single Wednesday. We want to thank you so much for listening to the Big Three from the Bingham Group. We'd appreciate your comments, your likes, your reshares, and make sure you follow this account right here for regular updates. We're going to see you on Monday morning for our next Big Three segment. But until then, have a great and safe weekend.